Hello, and welcome to the City of Santa Cruz Recycle Right program. We are here for a crash course in curbside recycling. We know that you want to recycle all that you can, and we want to make it as easy as possible for you. Now, the most important thing to remember when recycling is to keep your materials clean, empty, and loose. Place the clean materials in your recycling cart separately. Never put them in a bag. Now some rules for each material type to help you get the right material in the right bin. Following these rules will reduce the amount of trash in our landfill, conserve natural resources, and keep our resource recovery operations running safely and efficiently. The rule of thumb for recycling glass is really simple. If it's a glass bottle or a glass jar, it can be recycled. No other type of glass is allowed in the recycling bin. No mirrors, drinking glasses, vases, window glass, or light bulbs. No ceramics like coffee mugs or dinner plates, and no Pyrex cookware in the recycling bin. Again, it's simple. Only bottles and jars go into your recycling bin. The glass bottles and jars do need to be empty and lightly rinsed whenever possible. And paper labels are just fine. If the bottle or jar is broken, it can still be recycled. Just be careful when placing it in the bin. Be sure to remove the metal lids and caps and recycle them separately. A great tip if you're passionate is to place the metal lids and bottle caps in an empty can with the top pinched in. Then place the can in your recycling bin. This way, the small caps and lids have a better chance of being picked up by our magnetic sorting equipment. Corks do not belong in our blue bins, so please remove wine corks. Again, to recycle right, remember glass bottles and glass jars. No other glass at all. There are two basic rules for recycling plastic bags and plastic wrap here in Santa Cruz. Number one is stretch. If the plastic bag or plastic wrap stretches when you push your thumb on it, then yes, it can be recycled. This includes shopping bags, bread and newspaper bags, bubble wrap, sandwich and freezer bags, even bags with zippers are okay. Any stretchable wrap is also recyclable. Now, any plastic wrap or plastic bag that doesn't stretch goes in the trash. The netting around fruit is trash. The crinkly, stiff, and metallic bags and wrappers for chips, cookies, candy, and dog food, they are all trash. It's a little tricky because many produce bags look like plastic, but they're actually cellophane. Again, you can tell by doing the stretch test. These non-stretchable bags and wrap are destined for the trash. Rule number two is bag your bags, just like this. And make it easy for yourself by hanging an empty bag under the kitchen sink or near your recycling so that the bags are already bagged when it's time for pickup. Single bags are not allowed because they can actually break our recycling equipment and contaminate other recyclables. They are so light that they often get mixed in with paper, turning that paper into trash. So single bags go in the trash, and so do dirty bags. Again, the only way to recycle plastic bags is to place clean, dry, stretchable bags and wrap in a bigger bag and tie the bag closed at the top. The rules for recycling cardboard are pretty simple. All cardboard and cardboard boxes are recyclable. The boxes should be clean and dry. Please flatten and fold cardboard to fit in your blue cart. So what about pizza boxes? In general, the top of the pizza box can be torn off and recycled, but the greasy, food-contaminated bottom belongs in the trash. A final recycle right tip is to remove the plastic wrap that is around the outside of boxes or any packing material on the inside. Packing materials like polystyrene and peanuts are not recyclable in our system. However, plastic wrap and bubble wrap can be added to your bag of bags. To recycle right, always remember to flatten and fold cardboard. Here are some basic rules for recycling mixed paper and paperboard in Santa Cruz. All types of office and school paper are recyclable. You don't even have to remove paper clips or staples. This means that junk mail, catalogs, magazines, and even phone books are fine. And yes, newspaper goes in the blue recycling bin. A big no-no is shredded paper. Not loose, not in a bag. Shredded paper never goes in the blue bin. One option is to save your shredded paper and deliver it to the resource recovery facility for free recycling there. Paper that can never be recycled includes many of the items used for food and sanitary uses. So napkins, paper towels, tissue, paper plates, and takeout food boxes, these all belong in the trash. Items made of paperboard, like cereal and cracker boxes, shoe boxes, Kleenex boxes, and paper towel rolls, are accepted for recycling. These items should be clean and empty of any plastic wrap or tissue. Please note that both paper and paperboard items that are treated to be waterproof cannot be recycled. This includes coffee cups, milk cartons, wax paper, and food boxes from your fridge or freezer. These items don't break down in water, which is exactly what is needed for the recycling process. If the paper is waterproof, it goes in the trash. Now, some packaging is made from a mixture of paper and other materials. These items include aseptic cartons that hold things like soup or almond milk. Also, coffee containers that are part paper and part metal. These belong in the trash. You can, however, pull apart the packaging on batteries and recycle the paper while trashing the thin plastic part. Here's a final look at the mixed paper and paperboard that can be recycled right in Santa Cruz. Here are the basic rules for recycling metal. If the metal item is a food or beverage can or lid or made of aluminum foil, place it in your blue bin. Nothing else. No other metal goes in the blue bin. So that means if you have an old cooking pan, a piece of hardware, wire, a curtain rod, an empty canister, none of these items go into your recycling bin. Scrap metal like this damages our sorting equipment. Instead, you can save metal items like these and deliver them to our resource recovery facility for free recycling. There are some tricky materials that look like metal foil but also contain plastic. Items like these coffee bags, chip bags, and candy wrappers all go in the trash. Now back to the metal cans, lids, and foil that can go into the blue bin. Be sure that the can is empty of food or liquid and lightly rinsed. For an aerosol can, this means holding down the nozzle until it stops hissing. It is best to bunch your foil to give it some shape so that it can be hand sorted at our recycling center. Metal cans and aluminum items that are greasy or too dirty to clean simply go in the trash. A final recycle right tip for metal caps and lids is to place them in an empty can with the top pinched in. Then place the can in your recycling bin. This way, the caps and lids have a better chance of being picked up by our magnetic sorting equipment. You might want to keep a metal can under the sink or near your recycling bin. There are many different kinds of plastic, and only some belong in your blue recycling bin. The key word to remember is container. If it's a plastic bottle, jug, jar, or tub, any of these containers, it can be recycled in your blue bin. The number on the bottom is not as important as the fact that it's a container. It's important that containers be empty and lightly rinsed whenever possible. Please place the lid back on the container before recycling it. Anything unclean like a peanut butter jar or this lotion tube goes in the trash. And a bottle that held motor oil is also trash since the oil won't completely rinse off. One really big problem for our recycling center is hinged food boxes that held produce or takeout food. These lightweight plastic boxes, known as clamshells, may not be recycled. They get mixed in with paper on the sorting line, causing contamination and ruining other recyclables. Items like dustpans, hangers, toys, buckets, and nursery pots do not go in the blue bin. Instead, rigid items like these, plus larger storage bins, laundry baskets, and plastic chairs, can be saved and delivered to our resource recovery facility for free recycling. Plastic labeled number 6 is polystyrene, known as styrofoam. This is not accepted for recycling. Number 6 items include meat trays, egg cartons, plates, and packing material. Some items like sushi trays and coffee lids don't look like polystyrene, but they are. These polystyrene plastics do not go in the recycling bin. Any small plastic items or bits and pieces should go in the trash. Remember, they are not containers and are too small to be sorted in our recycling center. Now back to the containers we can recycle. Plastic bottles that held water, soda, juice, cleaning products, or shampoo are accepted. So are plastic jugs that held milk, vinegar, or laundry detergent. And a yes for recycling plastic jars that held mayonnaise and other food products. And plastic tubs that held food like salsa, margarine, or yogurt. Again, container is the key to recycling right for plastics. Thank you for recycling right in Santa Cruz.